Dangerous here, and today I'm diving into the latest release from Amorphis, Borderland. Now I was going to wait for till I got the album to show off amazing Amorphis art, because they always have great artwork on their albums, but we're having a postal issue here in Canada, so I didn't want to wait too long because then it might not be really a new release. So I thought, oh, I'd rather do this album sooner than later. But I really like how this opens. I like the relaxed pleasantness of this circle. This one has this dancing, caressing lead paired with Tommy Utson's warm, clean vocals. And this casts a nice, calm visual over the track. It's quite peaceful, even for an Amorphis one. They do have a lot of lighter songs, more, I wouldn't say balladed, but they do kind of have that feel. They're nice and caressing for the most part. But this one seems like it even more so. But I do like the shift overall, and you do have a couple of tracks on here. But I like that kind of Amorphis kind of stretching their boundaries a little bit, and they do that right off the bat with the circle. Bones does a good job of really kind of upping the Amorphis intensity, and did a good job of grabbing the instrumental listener side of music with great diversity and depth throughout the verse and the solo, many fine details and enjoyable melodies, whereas the chorus I felt grabs more of the fan, the music listener, with extremely catchy vocals, keyboard harmony, and warm rhythms. I just like that kind of balance that they have here. They have something for everybody in this in Bones. Is they got, you know, something for more the instrumental side of people that want to hear like all the little details. Like I said, it's got the fan, you know, one of the music that wants to hear like intensity and emotions and you know, catchy chorus and stuff, and something for just even a casual listener. Like the chorus has a great harmony and melodies in there to just grab any sort of new listeners. So Bones kind of has everything for the music fan. One thing I noticed in this next one is the drums really stand out in Dancing Shadow. This one creates kind of like this pagan fire dance rhythm with Jan Reckberger's exploratory usage of the drum kit, I called it, to really blend nicely with Esa Holopainen's melody or melodies throughout. Jan Reckberger's using of the cymbals to effectively enhance notes right before his ascension into that groovy tempo that he likes to use for the chorus. I really like that tempo and that little dancing sort of groove that he uses, you know, occasionally in songs, especially for the chorus. He does that really well, and I really like the kind of energy that it brings. It brings something really unique to Amorphis' sound as well, and I really felt also the impact from the rhythms and bass. Those really go into what Jan Reckberger does on the drum kit. He does a fantastic job. He's always been one of my favorite drummers, especially since he's come back to Amorphis. I think he does so many different things brilliantly, complements the music so much, and enhances and magnifies so many different elements of what the guitars and bass and vocals bring to the table, and keyboards as well. So Jan does a fantastic job, not only on this album or on Dancing Shadow, but on the entire album. I really like what he delivers here. Now I'm jumping down to The Strange. This one has some crafty subtleties. Like the soft keyboard, I feel like it's kind of floating stardust in the atmosphere. It creates a nice dynamic backdrop for The Strange. And Tommy Utson, he really connects well with the rhythms by doing potent, harsh vocals there, really blending well there, and then doubles up on clean vocals for the chorus to really enhance the chorus and grab the listener there, just like Jan Reckberger does in this track as well. I really felt he created a dynamic dimension in the verse and chorus with the brief tempo shifts, which really heightened a few measures. And I always find, doing those subtle little things, like I mentioned about Dancing Shadow, it's just those little things that can grab a listener and make something more memorable and stand out in that song. And I think he does another awesome job on this track, The Strange. Next track I'm talking about, this one is one of my favorites, probably top 2 in my opinion on this album, Light and Shadow. This one captures amazing beauty that only Amorphis delivers, and I find that's because of the vibrancy Santerio Kileo brings out with his keyboard work. He has such a creative, unique keyboard work and writing style. I like that he experiments here and there, and he really brings out a lot of stuff. It adds a new dynamic to the Amorphis as well. When you start pairing it with the other instruments synths and things like that. I like that he experiments once in a while, because I really feel like it gives Amorphis a bit of a fresh sound, you know, from song to song sometimes. But you pair that, you know, then with Esa Holopainen's guitar work. He can create sometimes some very shimmering melodies, and his guitar style I find is one of a kind. He really caresses the strings sometimes and has this soft feel to it. I feel like that is really something unique and rare that is really his own. I've never really heard another guitar player do some of that guitar work and that creating and that composing that Esa does, especially on this track here. I find him and Santiri go together really well, and they create a lot of nice pieces with, you know, their specific styles and experimenting a little bit there. Another thing about Light and Shadow that I really like is Tommy Utsen's vocals. I find like he can complement everything the guitars do, as well as the essence of the keyboards, and I feel like he does that perfectly in this track. He has such potent, harsh vocals, but such soft, clean as well, and kind of can meet in the middle, so he can complement everything extremely well, and he really does that in this track, Light and Shadow. This next one is my must listen to, The Lantern. This one encompasses so much of what Amorphis is, with unique time signatures, diverse and creative drums that help certain instrumental spots emotionally, a smidgen of traditional and experimenting keyboard work, and a systematic ascent of inventive lead work to capture the listener on the way to an epic chorus. There's also many subtle and obvious nuances that create an amazing atmosphere and contrast, and then you get a contrast of pleasantry and tension. There's just so much to absorb in The Lantern. I find that every time I listen to it, I'm picking up something new, and that's why it's my must listen to. I'm really enjoying The Lantern. Something else that I loved, a lot of contrast expressed in, is the last track on the album, Despair. This one has such a peace and relief captured in the whimsical guitars and keyboards for the verse and the interlude. Then we get some adversity conveyed in the harsh vocals from Tommy Utsen and the hardship of the lyrics. I felt like that is complemented by the brief tumultuous chorus energy and the slight ominous lead that I really like. This lead is becoming one of my favorite pieces of lead work in all of Amorphis. It's beautifully hypnotic is how I worded this. One thing I also find that really stood out in Despair was the bridge to the third chorus. I find it really captured this dark aura of despair. It kind of went hand in hand with the title and the lyrics, but I really like that energy and aura that we got there in that kind of section on Despair. I'm really enjoying this Amorphis album. The more I'm listening to it, the more I'm enjoying it. I know I left a few songs out, but that's just because I went into so many details on all the other tracks, like my must listen to and Light and Shadow. But Fog to Fog is another great track on there, but I just wanted to kind of break down everything that I found in these tracks. Let me know what you think, you know, down in the comments on this Amorphis album. I'm really digging it. I'm feeling like it's kind of rising up to be one of my favorites of Amorphis albums. A little bit of experimentation on there, and creating it, making it stand out. And of course, as always, the songs will be in the description below for you guys to check out, with the must listen at the top right there as well. And yeah, if you got any new albums coming out that you want me to explore, see what my thoughts might be on that, let me know down in the comments below or over on my Facebook channel or my Facebook page. And yeah, until next time, folks, how about some heavy listening?